classical soprano, a mother of 5, a New Jersey woman, all rolled up into one, and my next guest, who is Patricia Brady-Danzig, and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Lee.
Again, Patricia.
That's right.
And also, I left out a South Orange neighbor.
That's correct. That's even nicer.
What is PBD? It sounds like some kind of a test your doctor might give you.
Patricia Brady-Danzig.
Yes.
And it's also the letters of the foundation that my husband and I established a few years ago, which is Professional Bicultural Development Associates. We use my initials.
Which is to encourage young musicians, right?
Musicians from this country and musicians from Europe, whom we've brought over several times. And we started out when I started going to Romania 20 years ago to perform.
Well, I have to ask you, how did Patsy Brady wind up in Romania?
Yeah,
As a matter of fact.
Well, I was going there to sing, and it was during communism. And a lot of young musicians would come to my hotel and give me their papers and their dossiers and ask me if I would make concerts for them in the United States. And so I said, wow, I really have a chore here to do, a mission.
So they could get into the country on the entertainer's visa?
That's correct. We handled the visa, we booked the concert halls, we arranged fees for them. This is all my husband and I would take care of this. And then a very dear friend of mine who has very legal brain suggested about 7 years ago that we go nonprofit. And since that time, we have helped over 200 musicians in one way or another.
But while all this is going on, you're still performing.
Yes, I am. That's my life. My life is music. I was raised as a singer and a pianist. I have a degree in music. I'm also a church musician and an organist and a composer and all of those things that go with being a musician.
You're a one-woman band.
But my main love is singing. And that's what I've been doing for quite a while. And I've been going all over the world. And I will be leaving this Sunday, in fact, for my 20th anniversary tour in Romania.
You go back there every year?
Just about every year, yes. And I'll have 5 concerts there. I'll be singing the Mozart Requiem twice, and then I'll have a full concert at the George Enescu Museum. He's their great composer. And then I'll also perform with the Bucharest Philharmonic 7 Romanian songs that were orchestrated especially for me. It'll be the first time they will be done in public with orchestra.
So that must be like
I'm out of breath.
But going to Romania to do that will be like a homecoming for you.
Yes, it will. We're having press.
Will they throw rose petals at you?
I hope so. They're very good at giving you flowers. So while I'm there, there's a young pianist that I want to hear, and we're thinking of sponsoring him in a tour next fall. He's 17. His name is Andrei Likarets.
And he's a classical pianist.
He's a classical pianist. He's a prodigy. He's now 17, and I heard him first when he was 15, and he's fantastic. So we're going to be booking him here.
That must also be a great satisfaction to help other people's careers.
Yes, and the other thing that we do is that we help a lot of American musicians. We have given grants to Rutgers University, the Drew Summerfest 2000 and 2001, Caldwell College. We've given scholarships to the New Jersey...
To their music programs?
That's correct. New Jersey State Opera. And a lot of instrumentalists, young singers, you name it. We've helped a Welsh choir up in Vermont.
Oh my goodness.
Whoever we hear about.
We're all over the world.
We're all over the place.
You mentioned the opera. You know, Maestro Silipini is a very good friend of ours and comes on our program frequently.
He's a master.
And he has done as much, I think, to forward the cause of classical music in New Jersey as anybody I can think of, except perhaps you.
Well, thank you very much. It's a very nice company to be compared with. I'm a great fan of the maestro, and I think he's an absolute genius. But part of the reason that I'm very edified by what we're doing is my experience as a public school music teacher and helping young students in public schools get enjoyment and enthusiasm for music and working with them in choirs and so forth, which I adore.
Was yours a musical family?
My father had a wonderful natural Irish tenor voice, and he always sang when we were children.
When did you start to think about not only singing comes naturally to children, but to making a profession of it?
When I was 2 years old.
Oh, you started real late.
My aunt heard me singing a whole song from the radio, and she said, that child has a voice. And then my background was Irish ethnic.
Yeah.
Both parents are from Ireland. And we used to spend every single week at the Hibernian Hall, and I became their little soloist. They gave me scholarships to high school and to college.
Isn't it amazing, folks? A girl named Patricia Brady had Irish parents.
With red hair.
Yeah.
And so I still sing in Ireland all the time. I'll be going there in September to County Kerry.
And you made a CD of Irish music?
Yes, it's called Irish Jubilee. At the present time, it's being heard over 200 radio stations nationally. And we've just gone into our third printing of it, so I'm very happy about that.
Well, you must have gotten some pretty big play this past weekend.
Yes,
for
I
St.
think
Patrick's
so.
Day, right?
Yes. And then I have several other CDs that I've recorded, and I'll be recording another one in the fall with Romania's greatest conductor, who is also a conductor with the Vienna State Opera. So I'm very happy about that.
You're also very busy.
Yes, that's true, and I'm working very, very hard on my singing every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Practicing every day?
It's like being in the Olympics. It's keeping the body completely fit, and high-protein diet, and lots and lots of...
That's what a lot of people who are not in show business at all don't realize, that whether you be an actor, a singer, or a dancer, you're constantly in training. You're constantly practicing.
You can never
you're constantly taking lessons.
Yes, and you're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
You know, if I have an hour or so where I don't like the sound, it gets me very upset, and I've got to go back and keep working on it until I
make it better. Exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, now you have, in May, you have a concert coming up on May
the 20th,
May the 20th.
At the Birchwood Manor in Whippany, and I'm honored to be doing a world premiere of Peonies at Dusk, which is a trilogy of songs that was written for me by Ricky Ian Gordon, who is America's darling composer at the present time, and it's based on poetry of Jane Kenyon. And as a part of that program, we're sponsoring an Irish group led by Eilidh O'Grady, who is a very famous musician in Ireland and the widow of Frank Patterson, the great Irish tenor. So Eilidh is bringing her little Irish harpists and singers, and she's accompanying them.
I know you've got another event in June, but we are flat out of time right now, so we can talk about that at another time.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Pat, for being with us. And again, a reminder, in May, you will be singing in Whippany, and there it is on your screen, folks. If you want more information, give them a call, 761-0041. pbdmusic.com is your website.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Gotta have a website. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll wrap things up, tell you who's at our next big show.